مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my second video for week 12. Our lesson today is devoted to reading. We have two activities to do today. The first one is to read the students' text and answer their accompanying questions. And the second task is to do an exam standardized question, both multiple choice as well as constructed response questions. Questions that you are frequently asked to answer in each assessment or exam. Now it's time to go through the lesson objectives. So before going through the lesson objectives, open your student's book pages 88 and 89. Our lesson today has two main objectives. The first one is to match the 5 questions with their correct paragraphs. Meaningly, you've got to find the paragraph heading, the heading that suits each paragraph. Each paragraph has its own heading. You've got to scan each paragraph and match it with its correct heading. Okay? The second objective is to answer 5 comprehension questions correctly after reading the given dialogue carefully. Now, the first step for the starter activity today, the first step for our lesson today is the starter activity, in which you are going to watch a video and answer the following questions. Question number 1. What's the video about? Why is money important? Now,
the story of money. Imagine living a long time ago, in a time without money. How about 9000 BC? Instead of money, there was swapping, also known as bartering. It worked like this.
Want to swap this apple for an orange?
Yes. I want a cow. You want some wheat?
But there were problems with this. The items needed to be of a similar value.
How about swapping this apple for that DVD?
No way, that's not fair.
The other problem was that many items would go rotten and so didn't keep their value. And some were too heavy to even carry. It started to get even more complicated when people began using gifts like perfume, jewellery and other valuable goods.
You want this perfume for that necklace?
I don't like the smell of it, no.
However, in China, they had started using cowrie shells as money. So instead of swapping things for other things, you could buy the things you wanted with shells. But no one in the West knew about this, because back then there was no social media, internet, TV, or telephone to communicate. So what did they try in the West? They started to use items that were not perishable, items that wouldn't break or get easily damaged. Gold. But gold was too heavy to keep on you and carry around. But what if it was a little smaller? In 200 AD, coins of precious metals were made. They were small, which made them easier to carry around. To make things even easier, the coins were weighed and stamped so everyone knew how much they were worth. People started to give their gold coins to the goldsmith to look after and keep them safe.
Can you look after my gold for me, please?
Yes. Here's your £10 receipt.
These receipts were the earliest types of banknotes. They have developed and now they are no longer linked to gold. Over time, more and more security features have been added to notes to stop them being copied, as well as getting smaller so they now fit into our pockets. Money has continued to change, and in the 1950s, credit cards were invented. Cards mean that now we don't need to carry notes and coins around to pay for stuff. In recent years, with better computers and internet technology, we don't even need to be there to pay for a product. Most of the money in the world is now, in fact, invisible. Money has come a long way over the years, and it continues to change. Who knows what the future will hold?
Now, my students, what's the video mainly about? Of course, you know that the video is mainly about money. And you've heard that money is very important. And the video focused on money in small communities, in exchanging items, on money and debt, on metal money, on paper money, on linking the value of money to the gold. Then it is changed to trust, then controlling money, and the final step in the video was money and inflation, which is a very hard economic word to grasp for each one of you. Now, students, let's go through the most important vocabulary or keywords for today's lesson. The first one is banknote. As you can see, the banknote. This is the Indian banknote. The dollar is a banknote, and the real is a banknote. Banknote, the paper money, a piece of printed paper that has a particular value as money, banknote. Okay, so the second one is cash. Cash, the money, like the dollar, the dirham, the real, the pound. Money in the form of notes and coins that rather than checks or credit cards. Cash. The third one is coin. Coin, a small round piece of metal, usually silver or copper colored, that's used as money. Coin. Then currency. Currency, a system of money in general, used in a particular country. The dollar is a strong currency. The dollar is a strong currency, right? Then survive, to continue to live or exist, especially in spite of danger or hardship. Survive. Now, my students, look at the questions from A to E. Do you know or can you guess the answers? Now, look at how many paragraphs are there here in this in students book page. In the students book page 88. Of course, you know we have 5 paragraphs. It's your turn to match each paragraph with its heading from those in A to E. Okay, number 1. Now it's your turn to skim the paragraph and find the suitable heading of this paragraph. Now read the paragraph quickly in your student's book page 88 and try to figure out the suitable heading that matches this paragraph. Correct? Number 1? Yes? Great. Number 1 is E. The heading of the first paragraph is, what did people use before money as we know it today? So this is the summary of the paragraph. The paragraph is mainly about what people used before money as we know it today. Number 2, paragraph number 2, right? Yes, paragraph number 2 is mainly about what was paper money first used. The heading of paragraph number 2 is what was the paper money used first. What people used paper money first. What was the paper money first used? So this is the heading of paragraph number 2. Number 3, correct. Number 3 is mainly about, is paper actually used to make all paper money? Is it worth? Is paper the most important material that's used to make money? Is paper actually used to make all the paper money? Is paper actually used to make all the paper money? Okay, number 3. Number 3, the heading of paragraph number 3 is, see how long do coins last? The period of time in which a coin lasts. Okay, they usually last 20, 25 to 30 years, as it is mentioned in the 4th paragraph. Now the final paragraph, yes, is mainly about, is money dirty? Is money dirty? Absolutely, lots of germs live on money. According to the study, 94% of money carries bacteria and viruses. So, and some of them can survive for up to 17 days. So sometimes money can be dirty. So these are the heading of the 5 paragraphs in Students' Book, page 88. Now, as I have just mentioned, let's move on to the second task of our lesson today. Now it's your turn to read the dialogue and answer the following questions. Okay? Now, which country invented the first paper money? Okay? According to the texts, which country invented the paper money first? Now, Students' Book, page 88. Correct. China. China is the country which invented the paper money first. Question number 2. What is the U.S. currency made of? Right? Made of cotton and linen. The U.S. currency is made of cotton and linen. Question number 3. How long does a note last? How long does a note last? Right? 18 months. A note lasts for 18 months. Okay? Now, the second step for the second activity today is the constructed response questions, in which you can note down or write down the answers. Okay, question number 4. What did people use before money in ancient times? Now go back to the 5 paragraphs in the Students' Book, page 88, and try to figure out the answer to this question. What did people use before money in ancient times? Right, correct. People exchanged animals or things they had. Question number 5. Why is money dirty? Why is money dirty? You can go back to the final paragraph, which focuses on the hygiene or the clean lines of money. Why is money dirty? Right? Because lots of germs live on money. Lots of germs live on money. Right? Now, my students, I want you to match the highlighted words with their meaning correctly in the Students' Book, page 89, exercise D. Exercise D, right? Now, Look at the highlighted words in the text and try to guess what they mean. Match them with the meanings from 1 to 5. Then check your answers in the dictionary. Number 1, to damage something so badly that it is useless. You've got to go back to the the highlighted words in the 5 paragraphs in student's book page 88 and find out the word that's closest in meaning to this phrase, to damage something so badly that it is useless. Correct, yes. To destroy. Destroy means to damage something to damage something so badly. Number 2, make. To make. Look at the highlighted words in yellow. Okay, to make. To make means to produce. To make means to produce. Making means producing. Number 3, to continue to exist. To continue to exist. Now, look at paragraph number 5 and find out the word that's closest in meaning to this phrase, to continue to exist. Correct. To survive. To survive means to live, to continue to exist, to remain alive. Okay? Not heavy. Not heavy. You can find that in paragraph number 2. Not heavy means light. Correct, light. Number 5, to touch, feel, or hold something. To touch, feel, or hold something. Correct. Yes. Number 5, paragraph number 5 means to handle. To handle. Now, by this, we come to the end of our lesson for today. Now, my students, you can do this word wall game on your own. Thanks for following up the lesson with me, and have a good day.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.